Hey guys, thanks for watching the SlatRock channel. How can somebody get injured at the exact same time when wrestling's most prestigious event is just around the corner? Is it just bad luck? Or is somebody cursing Seth Rollins? We all know that Seth injured his MCL during a scripted scuffle with Samoa Joe on Raw. Yes guys, the same exact leg he injured in a match in Ireland in November 2015. It was heartbreaking for all of Seth's fans that he was forced to forfeit his title while he took 8 months to recover from surgery. He not only missed the Royal Rumble last year, but also missed WrestleMania. Now, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Rollins would require 6 to 8 weeks to recover from his latest injury, which would mean it would be touch and go for Seth to perform at WrestleMania 33 on April 2nd. Keeping that in mind, if Seth doesn't make it, who will face Triple H at WrestleMania 33? Today we present you top 4 wrestlers who could serve as replacements for The Architect. Number 4, wait and see who it is. We all know that Triple H's new right-hand man, Samoa Joe, took care of Seth Rollins after he turned on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So what's next for Triple H? I would have Triple H and Stephanie take the last segment of Monday Night Raw. They'd walk into the ring and speak about how powerful they are. Stephanie would take the mic and say stuff like, "Just in case you forgot who we are the authority, we are the most powerful couple in this business. We are responsible for changing the entire landscape of the pro wrestling business. We can make careers and we can destroy them too." Triple H then takes the mic and says, "Everybody saw what happened to your architect, right? I made him a star when he was nothing, and when you disrespect me, you cross the line. You get destroyed. Let me make myself very clear. In case you forgot, I am the game, I am the cerebral assassin, I can destroy the entire locker room if I want to. Nobody can touch me, nobody in this locker room. I destroyed everybody who was in my way." And that is when you hear this. Receives a great pop, and for a change you will hear "This is awesome" instead of "You suck." Triple H and Stephanie would be shell-shocked to see Kurt return to Monday Night Raw. Triple H says, "What are you doing here? This is not your place to be. I would expect you to take your Hall of Fame ring, give your speech, and walk out once again as you did some 10 years ago." Angle takes the mic. The crowd cheer increases. He takes a moment to sink it in, and Angle responds, "You see, Triple H, it's funny that you call yourself the authority, and you don't know what's going on around here. I got signed by Vince McMahon to compete here once again in WWE." The crowd explodes with yes chants. Angle further says, "I'm challenging you to a one-on-one fight at WrestleMania." Triple H responds, "You see, Kurt, I don't fight B-plus players like you. I'm at a different league." Angle responds, "It's funny you say that because I've beaten you on most occasions in pay-per-views. I think I'm the right guy to beat your ass once again at the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania." Guys, Angle has an upper hand over Triple H at pay-per-views. Unforgiven 2000, No Way Out 2002, and Royal Rumble 2001, just to name a few. Angle further goes on to say, "Wait, are you still afraid that Stephanie would fall for me? Don't worry, I wouldn't entertain her even if she comes to my hotel room. By the way, Stephanie, you suck." Unable to take this anymore, Triple H takes a swing at Angle. Angle ducks and gives Triple H an Angle slam with a huge crowd cheer. Immediately after this, Samoa Joe's music hits and he'll be seen making his way to the ring. Out of nowhere, Sami Zayn appears and attacks Joe, taking revenge on him. Kurt will be seen exchanging eye contact with Vince McMahon while leaving the arena. So now, how would I book this finish? Guys, we all know that Kurt Angle is an exceptional in-ring performer. I would expect a similar performance from him at WrestleMania. Going into the match, Triple H informs Samoa Joe to be at ringside in case things don't go his way. Now, for the finish, after a good 25 to 30 minutes of in-ring action, Angle executes an Angle slam, but during the process, the referee gets knocked out cold. Joe enters the ring and goes after Angle, but Sami Zayn immediately hits the ring and executes a high-flying move on Joe, and as a result, both men are knocked out. So at this stage, we have Triple H and the referee out cold on one side, Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe on the other. Kurt Angle will be seen crawling his way to wake up the referee, and then this music hits. Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring with the loudest boos and surprisingly gives a spear to Kurt Angle. Reigns would go on to wake up Triple H, and then the camera shows Triple H smiling and happily executes a pedigree for the win. Triple H shouts, "I always have a plan B!" As the old saying goes, one shot, two birds. Here you saw Kurt Angle return to WWE and perform at the biggest stage of them all and against a world-class performer. Fans got to see two of the greatest Attitude Era performers go against each other for the very first time at WrestleMania. 2. Roman Reigns should have turned heel a long time ago, but Vince McMahon always saw a babyface in him. A heel turn will only help Roman's career. His babyface run is the biggest flop, so let's see how he shapes up as a heel. Guys, in order for this angle to become a big success, everything should be kept a big secret. Nothing on social media about Kurt's return to Raw or even Roman turning heel at WrestleMania. Number 3. Shane McMahon. How would I book this match? This would all start at the last Monday Night Raw before Fastlane 2017. Vince McMahon would make an appearance with a loud cheer and address both the Raw and SmackDown general managers and commissioners. He'd order them to submit their progress report to him at Fastlane. He leaves the ring warning that there will be consequences for those who fall short of his expectations. Clearly, we all know who's leading the SmackDown vs. Raw race. Now fast forward to Fastlane. There will be a small backstage segment showing a worried Stephanie on the phone with somebody. She would say, "I'm worried. I can't fail in the eyes of my dad. I don't want to lose this job." The camera then pans to a happy Shane McMahon. He would say, "You know what? You should be worried," and then leaves. So finally, the time comes when you'll see Vince McMahon in the middle of the ring. Shane McMahon along with Daniel Bryan at one side, while Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley are on the other side. Stephanie takes the mic and requests her dad to consider her report after WrestleMania 33, but suddenly Shane interferes and says that he's all ready to submit SmackDown's report at any time. He says all the numbers show that SmackDown is leading and has been leading the race since the brand extension. He further says that he is the winner and wants to lead Monday Night Raw as well. He looks at Stephanie and says, "Everything is handed over to you, but despite that, you and your husband are an utter failure. You took this company into the ground." Immediately, Daniel Bryan starts off the yes chants and the entire arena takes over. Stephanie will almost be on the verge of crying, and that's when you hear this.
It's time to play the game. It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control.
Triple H appears and enters the ring. Guys, this is the first time Triple H and Shane McMahon are seen in the same ring in a long time. They've never had a single confrontation ever since Shane returned to Raw on February 22nd, 2016. We've all heard stories of their strong animosity towards each other. Most importantly, in a couple of interviews, Shane openly admitted his dislike towards Triple H, who took over his father's empire. This off-screen power struggle serves as a starting point for this great storyline. Now, Triple H locks horns with Shane McMahon with the crowd going, "Yes, yes, yes." Triple H says, "I will knock you on your head if you speak to my wife like that. You got a problem, deal with me." Shane responds by saying, "I meant every word I said. You never do things the right way, do you? I know how you broke my family and how you took over my dad's empire, and now sadly how you're dumping it to the ground." Triple H knocks down Shane and leaves the ring with Stephanie while the others are left stunned in the ring. The following week on Raw, Shane McMahon makes a surprise visit to Monday Night Raw and challenges Triple H for a street fight at WrestleMania with the stipulation that if he wins, Stephanie will no longer run Monday Night Raw. He further says that Triple H should run Raw and compete with him in the fight for Raw vs. SmackDown ratings too. Shane wants to prove a point that he's a better person inside the squared circle and also managing a multi-million-dollar business. If he loses to Triple H, he would leave WWE. Now, coming to the finish, I would want Shane to win the match so that the Triple H vs. Shane McMahon saga continues on screen for the entirety of 2017. Shane wins over clean. Number 2, The Rock. Yet another off-screen hatred between wrestlers which is infamously known. Their rivalry was revisited twice. Once during SmackDown's 15th anniversary and in a segment with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 31. Now, how would I book the match? A one-on-one WrestleMania match between The Rock and Triple H is something the fans have been waiting to see for almost 2 decades now. They were last seen at a WrestleMania event in the year 2000 where they were involved in a fatal 4-way bout involving The Big Show and Mick Foley. Coming to the booking, let's make it simple. Triple H makes an open challenge to The Rock for not finishing what he started at Mania 31 and would taunt him on live TV every week on Raw. This story goes on until The Rock makes a surprise entrance and accepts the challenge. Guys, the history is there, and so is the interest among fans. The million-dollar question is whether The Rock is able to get into ring shape for a match at such short notice, keeping in mind his Hollywood commitments. As of now, he's in post-production work on Baywatch, which is set to release on May 26th. Evidently, this match in 2017 wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it might have been had they met during the height of the Attitude Era, but of all the prospective uses of part-time stars at WrestleMania, few would be able to compete with the nostalgia value of this one. Coming to the finish, both The Rock and Triple H would put up a good show, with The Rock winning. Number 1. Samoa Joe. Developing a wrestler's character and making sure he's booked in the same way is very important. To make this feud believable, I would book Joe as a no-nonsense, badass wrestler who gives a shit about the management, including his boss. Joe's good on the mic and has a good, intimidating presence too. If booked properly, he can be a big success. So, how would I book this match? It all starts on Monday Night Raw after Fastlane. Triple H enters the ring with Samoa Joe and starts off by saying the regular BS. Everybody saw what happened to your architect, right? I made him a star when he was nothing, and when you disrespect me, you cross the line. You get destroyed. In the presence of Joe, he further says that nobody can touch me, everybody needs to bow to the King of Kings. Then Joe takes the mic and says, I delivered what you wanted, and it's time for payback. I want a title shot against Kevin Owens or Goldberg at WrestleMania 33. Triple H declines and says, you'll get it when it's time, and tries to walk away. Joe responds by saying that, I am not your bitch, I get what I want, and if I don't like something, I destroy it. And then delivers a muscle buster, followed by a coquina clutch, and leaves the ring with a huge crowd reaction. Triple H lies motionless in the ring. Having the Destroyer turn on his creator would be a great way to establish Joe as a no-nonsense, badass wrestler. Brock Lesnar is hugely over with the fans because he's a similar character too. The following week on Raw, Triple H challenges Joe for a fight at WrestleMania with the stipulation that he gets his title shot if he wins. So how would I book the finish? Guys, this booking is actually simple. Samoa Joe wins clean and goes on to feud with the new WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Guys, I am absolutely anticipating Goldberg to win at Fastlane against Kevin Owens and then lose to Brock at WrestleMania. Guys, do you agree with our possible opponents for Triple H, or do you have anybody else in mind? Please share the name of the wrestler and share your booking ideas. We'd love to see your comments below, and I will actively participate in the discussions. Don't forget, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and get more videos just like this one, and make sure you're getting our notifications. Hit that little bell icon right next to our subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.